Estado que tenemos hoy. Si nos movemos hacia aquella pizarra, aquel Ministerio de Turismo y Deporte, afuera. Ministerio de Cultura, afuera. Ministerio de Ambiente y Desarrollo Sostenible, afuera. Ministerio de las Mujeres y Género y Diversidad, afuera. Ministerio de Obras Públicas, afuera. Aunque te resistas.
Hey everybody, welcome to Studio 64. My name's David. I've been searching the interzones for some more science, space and tech news to share with you. And I came across this over at RT.com. This should be entertaining. Good old Javier Milei. Milei hints at big tech plans for government. Yes, Argentina's president has discussed AI with Meta and Google. All right, Javier, what are you up to? Now, artificial intelligence could be key to supercharging Argentina's libertarian reforms, from education to government layoffs, President Javier Milei has suggested. Now, Milei was recently in the US where he met with Silicon Valley magnates, including Meta's Mark Zuckerberg. The subject of AI came up in the meetings, Milei said in an interview with Radio Mita, or Mitre, however you pronounce it. I do apologise if you haven't pronounced it correctly. Meta has an entire system in place to train human capital, to train people so that, let's say, they can build a career, said Milei, adding that the government in Buenos Aires will start talks with the company to implement artificial intelligence in the education of our children starting this week. Again, it depends on how he does it. I'm hoping he's not like every other politician and wants to use it for insidious purposes. Again, the technology is not inherently evil. It's what we use it for. And I'm hoping Javier Milei does a very good job. Now, the proposal has already been discussed with Human Capital Minister Sandra Petrovillo, he noted. Yes, Milei is also looking to AI to speed up the process of slashing the government in a way that would be permanent and eternal, in the words of his spokesman, Manuel Adorni. Yes, I love the way he just said, too much government spending and, it just slashes all these things out, and was talking about government departments. It's fascinating. For every job in the public sector, at least one job is lost in the private sector, the president said on air. Now, everything we do to shrink the size of the state results in more jobs in the private sector. Now, Milei also suggested that El Salvador has already leveraged AI to carry out reforms. The Argentinian president has just returned from the inauguration of his Salvadorian colleague, Nayib Bukele. Now, Google has a system set up to reform the state with artificial intelligence. Do you know where it was successfully applied? In El Salvador, Milei told Radio Mitra. Now, do you think the discussions with Bukele were limited to the 7.5 minutes we allowed to be filmed? No, of course not. They'd be talking to each other all the time over lunch and on the phone and everything else. Anything related to shrinking the state, I am delighted, he added. Now, when Milei came to power last December, the Argentine peso recorded a 300% annual inflation rate. Since then, his shock therapy reforms have managed to stabilise the currency. He has also vowed to eliminate 70,000 government jobs and discontinue over 200,000 social welfare programs as part of the reforms intended to purge Argentina of corruption by the political establishment. He's not very popular, but it has to be done, in my opinion. As usual, I leave a link to the main article below the video, so if you want to find out more about Milei, go in and have a look at these links. It's very interesting. Look at this. Milei, just in the center of the screen there at the top. Milei's reforms have made Argentine's peso world top-performing currency, according to Bloomberg. Very, very interesting indeed. I just hope he uses AI for good, and I'm hoping he will, because he's done very well at everything else. I think that the people of Argentina have decided, they've voted for him, and I hope they do very, very well with it, because, as I say, I don't want to see him taking AI to the dark side, if you know what I mean, because it's a very good tool. I use AI in certain things, but I gave up using AI to make videos. No. Do them this way, do them the old-fashioned way, but use AI as a tool. AI doesn't control me. That's why I moved to Linux as my operating system, because Windows 11 very, very much has got AI embedded in it. It's absolutely incredible. I've done a number of videos on it, and it's too scary. You'll go to use Windows 11 in the future, in the next year or two, not 20, 30, 50 years' time, but in the next 12 months to 2 years, you will get yourself a new laptop. Part of your Microsoft license agreement is they will be looking at everything you do. So if you use Office, even if you pay for an Office subscription, you're paying for your license for Microsoft. If you type stuff that's wrong-think, Microsoft will say that's against our terms and conditions. You won't be able to access your computer anymore. And if you don't think that's true, you'll lose control over what you've paid for. Check my videos out on this channel on it. Very interesting. And I'm hoping Javier Milei uses artificial intelligence as a tool to help his country and his people, as opposed to using it for nefarious purposes, if you know what I mean. Only time will tell. The jury's out. But I'm hoping, considering he's done such great things for the peso, he can bring his country back. And again, using AI as a tool to do that. Interesting. All right, well, my name is David. Thanks for joining me for another Studio 64 Science, Space and Tech News update. I shall see you in the next one. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. If you're up for it, drop a comment down below the video, because I'd love to hear what you think. All right, take care, and as I always say, if you can't be good at it. And as I also always say,
my nipples are very sensitive.